Hey guys, and welcome to my next reaction to Supernatural. Okay. I've had a morning. I feel like, didn't something happen in my last filming sitting to film Supernatural where I was really tired. I don't know what it is. It's like a supernatural curse going on right now. But I ran into quite some technical difficulties this morning. And I am starting way later than I would have liked. So just let's hope that everything goes smoothly from here on out. I'm a bit on edge and slightly frustrated at the moment, but I'm trying to calm down. And honestly, let's just hope that this is a really good episode that I enjoy, so I can forget all about that and I can be distracted. So fingers crossed everything goes okay technically, and also fingers crossed that this is an episode that's going to well, I don't have high hopes that it'll lighten my spirits, but it may distract me, whether it's fun or depressing or whatever. And yeah, without further ado, let's get started.
You didn't go to the rodeo? That's my spot. Bye.
Oh my god. Wow. High school is always so much fun, isn't it?
You're sorry? Don't you feel sorry for me, fat ugly pig.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That was unnecessary. Well, all of that whole scene was unnecessary.
You think I'm ugly? Look, I'm sorry about yesterday. I didn't mean it, okay?
Girl. Uh-oh. Is she gonna die? Oh my god. Oh my god. What is that?
You're ugly.
Oh my god! That whole thing was all sorts of just horrible.
When I heard Taylor, I was there in my head, but I couldn't control my body.
Oh wow.
Did you notice any black smoke?
What, are you crazy?
Hey.
What's your point?
I don't know. I mean, we went there like for a month, a million years ago. Why are you so jazzed to go back?
I'm not. I just think it's worth looking into.
Oh, this is one of the schools they went
Yeah,
to?
Homeland Security.
Honestly, a episode taking place in a high school, this might be the most terrifying episode yet. I just have to say. Oh, we're going back.
This is the third school we've been to this year, and it's only November. I'm just sick of always being the new kid.
You'll be fine. If anyone
The
gets you in
third
trouble, you
school?
let me know.
Just a reminder, though, this is going to be worth half your final grade.
Leave him alone. Shh. I said leave him alone.
Oh, Sam.
I want to know how this
You want to take his place? Midget?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, everybody, if you have any questions.
Oh.
All
Oh.
right, let's get started.
Oh, Sam.
Today, you will have the honor of playing one of the greatest games ever invented.
Oh, no.
Sorry?
Dean.
She says it's dangerous.
Take a lap.
Oh, Dean, Dean?
Donuts.
He's killing the very Coach Taylor outfit though. We live. Oh God.
Hustle, Colby. Walk it off.
Walk it off.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Why? Because you're
Your stupid brain dead dick.
Oh! 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 Oh my god! No, 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 no! No, 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 no! No, 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 no! Oh. I think you have a case. I think you have a case. Oh, you have a case, sir. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, and FYI, 3 of the cheerleaders are legal. Guess which ones?
No.
So there was only one death on campus. It was a suicide back in '98.
I can't.
Larry Cook.
Ugh.
Barry had a hard time.
Oh. Oh, my God. This, ay, ay, ay.
Your parents just let you stay up all night, don't they?
My dad's out of town on a job. It's just me and my brother.
Don't you miss your dad?
Ooh. That's too deep of a conversation to that Dean wants to have with, I mean, I'm just saying.
He's cool. Yeah, he thinks so. I'm not gonna fight you, Dirk.
Why not? Chicken?
Oh, no, 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 no. You are not gonna touch little Sammy! Oh!
Come on, get
Girl,
back!
oh, honey.
Get back! Get back! That is enough.
Ooh. Look at that rage. Ooh. Sammy, he still gets that rage in his eyes. Like, woo!
So long, Barry Cook.
That makes me sad, though. Try not to think about it.
You all right?
Oh, Dean.
Barry was my friend. I just burned his bones. I mean, if Dad had let us stay just a little while longer, maybe I could help the kid, you know?
Oh.
What did the coroner's report same as me?
It wasn't all bad.
How can you say that after what happened to you?
What? Oh my God! I don't. These flashbacks are making me emotional.
Dean,
I'm gonna rip his lungs out.
it's not a big deal.
Not a big deal. Sammy, look at yourself. If Dad was here,
He's not.
you could have torn him apart, so why didn't you?
Because I don't want to be the freak for once, Dean. I want to be normal.
Oh God. Oh God, Sam.
He called this morning and said he's going to be another week, at least. We weren't supposed to be here this long.
Oh, Dean.
You got Amanda. As soon as my dad gets back, we're leaving, so you can flunk me if you want to.
I'm not flunking you.
Oh no,
Giving you an
Sam.
A. Well, your brother's quite a character. And your father, he seems driven. Anyway, it's good, Sam. It's really good.
My dad's a mechanic, so I have to be a mechanic too.
Do you want to go in the family business, Sam?
Oh.
There may be 3 or 4 big choices that shape someone's whole life, and you need to be the one that makes them, not anyone else.
Well,
seem like a
sadly,
great
choices
kid,
were kind of made for him. Not
Just live the life you want to live.
because of life, not because of. I'm not saying John or Dean or anything. I'm just, you know.
You got tall, Winchester.
It wasn't. Okay. Okay. Okay, get your hand off of her mouth before I was like before somebody walks in. Woo.
That ghost is dead. I'm gonna rip its lungs out.
He knew my name, Dean. My real name.
I love that he's still as protective as he used to be.
And whenever they leave the body, they're bungee back to their usual haunt. But until then, the ghosts can go wherever they want.
Okay.
Spook just grabs a kid on the bus and walks right into Truman.
Oh my
What you doing,
goodness.
Leave him alone, Dirk.
Uh-oh. Oh, Sam. Oh, are you gonna fight back?
Come on, Loose Chester. See what you got. Come on, freak.
Oh, that rage. There's the rage. Oh, and the deep-seated calling him a freak. I am. Oh my God. Oh. Oh. Jeez.
Dirk the jerk.
Hey, Dirk the Jerk. Yeah, that's pretty good. Dirk the Jerk. Dirk the Jerk.
Say you were friends with Dirk?
Yes, sir.
You know, kids, they can be cruel. They picked on him.
They picked on him?
Oh
They
God.
called him poor. They even had a nickname for him. Dirk the Jerk.
Oh, Sam. Oh, good. He needs more
His mother.
guilt. That's good.
And he was a great kid. He made sure Jane got her medicine. He helped her, cleaned up after her.
I hate this.
Not even to me. A lot of anger in that boy.
You want to tell us where Dirk is buried?
No, he wasn't. I had him cremated.
Oh, of course. Great.
I kept a lock of his hair.
Oh, that's nice. Where do you keep that?
Dean. That's just.
On my bus, in my Bible.
You want to ease up on the pedal there?
I got it all under control.
Oh my God. Is he gonna kill all of them? Oh my God.
Dirk!
Winchester.
What are you gonna do? Shoot me?
That rope is soaked in salt water, Dirk. You're not going anywhere.
It's not here!
Where is it? No way you'll ever find it.
Oh, great.
I'm still a bully. You jocks. I'm not evil, Dirk. I'm not. And neither will you. Trust me.
Oh.
I've seen real evil. And we took it out on each other. Us and everybody else. That's high school.
Wow, it is.
And it gets better. I'm just sorry you didn't get a chance to see that.
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. You just shot the guy. But that's. Oh boy. Oh my God. Whoa.
See? Find the hair!
There we go.
Amanda, hey. Gettysburg Address 1863, right? Come on, baby. She means nothing to me. Don't be mad.
Don't be mad. I
I'm
can't.
not mad, but I was wrong. You spend so much time trying to convince people that you're cool, but
Ooh.
it's just an act. A sad, lonely
Oh.
kid. And I feel sorry for you, Dean.
Oh wow. She came out swinging.
Don't feel sorry for me. You don't know anything about me. I
Ooh.
save lives. I'm a hero.
Oh.
What?
So wow. Moral of the story: high school sucks for pretty much everyone. Oh God. Oh Sam's. Oh God.
Sam, great job with the Jerk.
No.
Come on, Sam.
Oh. Oh. Woo-hoo!
Mr. Wyatt? Yes.
Oh.
You probably don't remember me. You gave me some advice once.
Winchester. Right. Yeah, you wrote that horror story.
You told me that I didn't have to go into the family business. You said I should make my own choices.
So you managed to do your own thing then, huh?
Well.
Yeah, for a while. Yeah. You took an interest in me when no one else did. That matters. So, thank you.
This is sweet.
Well, you know, the only thing that really matters is that you're happy.
Oh.
You happy, Sam?
Oh. Yeah. That's a question. Happy? Ooh. I don't know about happy. Maybe not that. Okay. Wow. I mean, okay. Okay, there is so much to unpack. Again, the most terrifying setting they've done yet, high school. Oh goodness me. Okay. What I like about this episode is there's a lot to kind of relate to within, I would probably say high school and, it's just kind of like school in general-ish, or, I gotta say, not a ton of people can say that they look back. Well, I don't know. I can't speak for everyone. I really don't know. But just, in general, if anybody that I know speaks about their, high school experience, it's generally never, not always the nicest experience. It's not always the experience that that they look fondly, and that's not to say that you might not have some good memories or some things that you really enjoyed and some things that maybe you were proud of or anything like that. But I think we've all had, again, I won't say all, but maybe a good portion of us have had our share of bullying and or just kids being mean, whatever you might want to call it. And I liked that they showed that even maybe somebody who is the bully still got stuff as well. Which I know that, that definitely happens. I think if you have the mentality that kids are cruel and you get stuff, it kind of leads to you being cruel as well. It's such an interesting, it's been a while since I've been in high school or anything like that. It's such an interesting thing to look back on after you've gotten older and matured and everything like that, and it's just so fascinating to me that it's like high schoolers can quite possibly be the most cruel people on the planet. I'm not even trying to exaggerate, they really can. And I don't have a ton of experience in psychology to really understand or like develop when you're developing as a person and everything like that in those younger years of your life and everything like that. What why that there's a need. I can imagine there's a need to fit in. It never feels good to, when you're that young, typically, I'll say typically, it doesn't really feel good to get, to feel like you're not fitting in or you're kind of pointed out or whatever you want to call it, particularly in a negative way. And it's so funny because high school and junior high or middle school or whatever you called it, or even elementary school to like when you're younger and everything, it's like you don't want to be the person that gets made fun of. So there's a lot of, you just not really saying anything, not standing up to the bully, not, if you're, that happens a lot. We saw a lot of scenes where there was clear kind of bullying going on and a circle forming around, or a fight about to happen, a circle forming around or something like that. And then they just don't, everybody's just there for the show. And that's another thing. And you know, people oh God, I feel like I'm going to go down a rabbit hole with this post-episode thoughts. I'm really sorry, but we're going down, okay? We're going, we are, but I've noticed, and this doesn't really change too much, at least in my experience with people getting older, people are very addicted to needing confirmation that they're better than other people, or let me explain that. And I think it's manifested in kind of when you're in school or high school or something like that, as kind of very superficial things of why you're better than somebody else. Like if somebody's getting picked on because they're ugly or fat or they have whatever it is, right? There's a multitude of things. I think literally every single person in this comment section could talk about something that they were bullied for, and or people made mean comments to them about, like, whatever it may be during that time in our most of our lives, because it was just it's so much the culture, and you know, it's, oh my God. And I think, when you're younger, it gets a little more superficial, but even when you're an adult, there are times where people will really get out their pitchforks against other people for whatever reason. Sometimes it's more of ideas and political disagreements, or say, you know, whatever. Yeah, I don't want to go down that road, but you know what I mean. It's just, there's a lot of, you know, people can be addicted to being righteous, and knowing that they know more. And I feel like it kind of morphs a little bit as you get older to maybe not such superficial things. Although that happens too. I mean, listen, I am a woman that typically, almost every day, puts myself out there on the internet. Trust me, people will come at me for superficial reasons. Let's be clear, people. Let's be clear. I've gotten my fair share. And anyway, but, you know, it's just, I do like that the subject was tackled in this, and it's not just, you know, even in the first scene where the group of people were like, you're a slut, and then she just went and was mean to the girl that was trying to be supportive to her, and it's just this trickling on effect, and it's like you're in that phase of like trying to start to develop thick skin. We don't really have thick skin yet, and you can get defensive. We see even Dean at the end, the younger Dean at the end, you know, when that girl kind of read him to filth, and we all know, I mean, I think for the most part that the Dean is actually a fairly sensitive person. I think that's I don't know, I would say that deep down, and that's why he has these walls up. I mean, he has walls among walls among walls, and he doesn't let anybody in, and he had no intention of letting her in or whatever, and that last little bit, it hurt him, and so he, you know, you could see him getting into his defensive mode, and like, you can't hurt me, you can't, you know, but words are cruel. Words can be really, really, really cruel, and I think a lot of us can relate to so many aspects of this episode. I mean, I have no problem saying I was not part of the popular kids in my school. My school was really big, my high school, in the sense that there was, I tell you how giant of a like class it was. During my graduation, I sat and I didn't know anybody around me at all. At all. I think I knew there was like somebody 5 rows ahead of me that like I kind of knew. And I wasn't, like I wasn't like a loner where I didn't know a ton of people. I mean, I wasn't I wasn't the social butterfly either, but like just to give you an example. So it was an interesting high school experience. There was also, I mean, I was I was in the group that would probably be considered like the theater kids, I guess, because I was heavily into performing in musicals, mostly like the dance portion of that, not singing because nobody would appreciate that, or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, I did a lot of that kind of stuff, and I got my fair share of cruelty, some stuff that sticks with ya. Oh, there's nothing like trying to figure out just figure out how you want to present yourself to the world, like looks wise or personality wise or whatever, and then it just getting like thrown at your face. And man, I mean, I'm so happy that I currently in my life don't really give a fuck what people have to say about how I look or anything like that. But back in the day, that was, it was rough. So I mean, I can definitely relate to some things. I also can kind of, I think I can relate to the fact that just with people that I knew, and just when you look back at your high school experience, which I don't really like doing all that often, ever, but you kind of look back at just people that you knew, and I mean, I saw people get treated very harshly, but they would also treat people harshly as well. Like, I definitely saw that. Oh God, it's horrible. It's horrible to think about, and and it's it's not really Sam's fault to, if he's trying to stand up for somebody and defend somebody. But listen, at one point I saw this thing, because I've always struggled, and this is where there was some things that I relate with to Sam, is that he really takes it, he feels guilt very heavily for other people, and some of it is really not his fault. It's more like what if scenarios and stuff like that, and I do that. I rerun things in my head all the time, and I'm like, what if something I randomly said was like really upset somebody, and I mean, I obsess over it sometimes. I never ever want to hurt anybody. It consumes me, and to just think that even though he was trying to defend himself and his friend, in a sense, with the whole Dirk the Jerk thing, it's just like he was the catalyst to a horrible nickname. And that's just kind of breaks my heart a little bit, that that he kind of has to deal with that in general, that he knows, because I know that he doesn't take it lightly. I know he doesn't. And I relate to that kind of side of him, and it just really breaks my heart a bit. But something I saw once that has helped me through knowing, helped me as a person who kind of obsesses over, whether or not I've possibly said the wrong thing or maybe hurt somebody's feelings. The first thing to note is that, listen, not everybody's perfect. Nobody is always going to have a good day. Nobody is always going to react to situations correctly or the way that other people would. Also, people are different. People are different. The way that you cope with something, I'm just trying to lift you guys up if you struggle with this stuff. The way that you cope with something may not be the way that somebody else copes with something. If you randomly got snippy with somebody or whatever because you were super frustrated, sometimes that happens, and it's okay. It's okay. Now, you can obviously apologize if you feel like you hurt somebody's feelings or something like that. That's obviously a really important thing to do, but like absolutely nobody is perfect. But the one thing that I saw that has helped me a little bit, and it says, you're more than likely going to be a villain in someone else's story at some point in your life. And that's just how it is. Not everybody's going to like you. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. The way that you handle certain situations, they may not understand, or they might not, and it's going to be, it's okay. It's okay. And unfortunately, that is the way that the world works. And people who do obsess over making sure that people who obsess over not wanting to ever upset somebody, not wanting to ever anger somebody or whatever, it's something to maybe try to remind yourself sometimes if you struggle with that like I do. That sometimes there's not much you can do. And it's okay. It's okay. I'm sure I'm a villain in somebody's story, much like maybe, I don't know. I just felt the need to say that. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I am really, really impressed with how Sam got into Stanford. I've said it before, gonna say it again. Probably won't be the last time. It's crazy. It's crazy, and I love that he had that moment with that teacher, and the ending was pretty, I was sad. But I love that he had that moment with that teacher, that the teacher was kind of like, you're allowed to kind of go and do your own thing. I didn't have that severe. I know some people really do have such a very similar experience where your family expects something out of you, and if you go in a different path, it's not. I have a slight amount of that. I didn't really excel at the things that my parents excelled at and what they educated themselves in, and what was kind of what really didn't help, which is not his fault at all. My brother did excel at it, and he's a little bit older than me, just like a year and a half, but he did excel in some stuff, and I excelled in like the complete opposite side of the spectrum of just where you can go in your life. And I think there was a period of time, and it wasn't that harsh as obviously what Sam went through or whatever, but there was a period of time that I they were trying to guide me more towards what they wanted, and thinking that I wouldn't have a future in what I wanted, and so there was a little bit of that. For sure. So I do kind of relate to that as well on a much smaller scale, because eventually I was able to not really convince, but I think it just took time for the rest of my family to realize that I wasn't exactly like them in that sense. So it just took a little bit of time, I think. Yeah, so I kind of relate to that too, on a smaller level, of course. But it was just so wonderful to see somebody say, you know, like, you can make your own decisions and have your own life. Now that really didn't work out. Now did it? But I do like that he tried. I know that there are people who really, at least in my season 1 reactions, I remember there being some comments about people being really kind of angry with Sam for kind of wanting to go to college and do all of that. But I think it's quite sweet that somebody let him know that it was okay to do that. You know what I mean? I feel like that was good for him. And it's also very, very sad that, you know, Dean never got that. I don't think. Now, I don't know. Listen, I really, truly do not know if Dean was really presented with the 2 options. He really didn't have a choice. And that's the sad thing about it, right? Not really. I don't think that Dean had that moment. And if he did, I mean, you can leave your comments down below of what you think. If Dean had that moment with somebody, would he have kind of wanted to go in a different path? I don't necessarily think, you know, obviously Sam and Dean, I as much as they had kind of the same childhood, I think they had very different childhoods and different problems within their childhood. I'm not really trying to compare, or, you know, but I'm just saying that I think that Dean, it was kind of really ingrained into him that to be a protector. You're a protector, particularly of Sam. But, you know, like, I just think, you know, even when he's kind of getting defensive with that girl at the end, he's like, well, I save people. So I'm doing the most important job. And he can truly believe that. I think deep down, I think he does believe that. But I think, especially at that time, it's kind of interesting to see that he was, you know, it was like autopilot to say that, because it's, you know, how he was kind of raised at that time. Anyway, I find that to be really interesting. And then we kind of end. I'm talking way too long. I'm so sorry. And then we kind of end on with Sam, you know, the teacher asking him if he's happy, and I think that's a big old no, big old N-O. Is Sam happy? Oh, geez, absolutely. I don't think so. I think Sam's going through a lot. I think they're both going through a lot. Sam has a lot of deep-seated stuff in here that I don't think he's necessarily dealing with well. And I'm concerned, obviously, about, you know, as I've discussed before, I'm concerned about Ruby's influence and what's going on with all of that. And like, my heart is really, I don't know. But the answer to that question, I believe, is no. He's not happy. He's not happy. And it's sad. It's really sad. It's sad that he made that really tough decision, especially with probably the backlash of his father. He made the decision to go to college. And it's sad that it didn't matter. You know, when the teacher said, you know, you're going to make like 3 or 4 really big decisions in your life that's going to map out how your life goes. And he made that decision. It was probably very difficult for him to make that decision, by the way. He probably didn't do it lightly. At all. And then for, you know, it's like, oh, well, girlfriend you love's gonna die in the same way that your mom did. And by the way, you're a freak. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. Okay? Just so you know, it's all your fault. Wow. Am I missing? I'm sure I'm missing stuff. I'm so sorry if I am. I just felt like it was important to talk about how like you relate, and I think it's important. I just think it's important to talk about if you've gone through similar experiences with bullying or people, you know, not like picking on you or whatever, to say that to the various people, you guys watching this, because sometimes it's nice to know that people have gone through similar experiences. I was picked on a lot for how I looked all the time. And just, Lord, it's tough times. High school. So I'm sorry if I ranted about that for a while, but I felt the need to say that. Oh my God. Absolutely crazy. All right. I'm sorry if I ranted too long. I hope that you guys enjoyed this reaction. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.